Let's go to Alyssa in Fargo, North Dakota. That was my Fargoan Indian accent, and it was dreadful. I apologize, Alyssa.
I've heard worse. It's fine.
Yes. I just love finding out I'm not the worst at things. I don't have to be great as long as you know somebody in your mind that's worse. That makes me happy. So what's up, Alyssa? How can I help?
Okay, so basically, my husband and I, we've been married for like 10, 11 days. And
hold on. 10 or 11 days?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, cool. Do we already have problems?
No, not with him. He's perfect. Well, I mean, he's fine. But
gross. No, he's not. Yuck. You've only been married 10 days. So
yeah.
Good. Okay. All right. He's perfect. I love him. Good for you. All right. So what's the deal?
So I'm already like stressing out about, like holidays, two families. Last year we did like both sides. It was awful for us. They still weren't pleased with how everything was set up.
Oh gosh. What morons. Yeah. So why are you're day 10? Why are you stressing about this?
So my husband says I'm a catastrophizer.
Hold on. He says this. Are you?
I tend to overthink a lot.
That's such an undersell. So you're a catastrophizer? What's your favorite catastrophe you've thought of over the last 18 months? Let's just get into this. I love catastrophizers.
Oh God, I don't know. He'd leave me. We paid all this money for a wedding. It wouldn't happen.
So when he actually showed up and put the ring on, did you exhale like, all right, sweet, dodge that one?
Well, no, because then there was like so many other things that could go wrong throughout the way.
What? Okay, so let's just get to the actual reason you called. You are 10 days into your new marriage, and you've described him as perfect and wonderful and so lovely. So you won, right? He's a good guy. You married well?
Right, yes.
And it's not even, it's not even winter yet. There's already 100 inches of snow on the ground in Fargo, I'm assuming?
Yeah, basically.
All right, basically.
101.
So y'all are sitting in the deep snow together in love 10 days in, and you look over and you see him, and snowflakes are gathering on his eyelashes. And yeah, you've got one hand on his shoulder, just rubbing his back. It's so good. And then you think, just a few short months. Disaster. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and what's going to happen. And then your body races to fight that problem or to flee that problem. You're so great. Okay, so what did you screw up last year?
Well, we went to both sides.
Well, that was ridiculous. Span. What else did you do? Come on, Alyssa.
I know.
What else happened?
Basically, his mom wasn't pleased that we could only stay there for like 5 hours by the time.
Ridiculous. What kind of daughter-in-law are you going to be, Alyssa? What else happened?
Well, actually, that was mostly it. My mom needs to understand it a little bit more, which is surprising.
So you're my favorite person I've talked to in a long time. So
thank you.
I want to distill this catastrophe down. So, you stayed for 5 hours, and his mom said, I wish you'd stayed longer. What else did she do? Did she let the air out of your tires? As you were pulling away, did she lean into your ear and say, you've ruined my life, and I hate the fact that you're in my family? Did she say that?
No, his mom is super sweet. We get along real great.
What did she do that was a disaster?
So his mom is non-confrontational at all.
Are you?
Usually, yes, I am. She's super easygoing. So when she freaked out at him over the phone, and this is all from him, that we would only be able to stay for so long, it was kind of like, okay, is this what we're going to be dealing with every year when we decide to just go to my family? I mean, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And I think part of my stress comes from how my husband doesn't handle letting people down very well. And I'm kind of just well, it is what it is.
Yes. And so you have an avoider and a catastrophizer all in the same house.
Yep.
And when an avoider is married to a catastrophizer, what the catastrophizer always feels is that we are about to drive off a cliff. And the avoider is like, it's cool. There'll be a road. There'll just be a road. And the catastrophizer is like, there's no road. There's no road. There's no road. And then usually there is a road or there's not, but there's not even a fall. And everyone just, it's a lot of spinning up in chaos for nothing. Is that fair?
Yeah, that sounds pretty accurate.
Have you ever told him, I don't like that you won't address this head on with your mom? Because y'all must have been dating for a while. This can't be a surprise.
Right. I don't know if I've ever said it very clearly. I think I just get annoyed with him.
Yeah, there you go. Because
Yeah.
you want him to read your mind and say to his mom exactly what you would say to her if it was your mom, but he won't. And then you just stay quiet. And you know where that all leads, right?
Right.
To resentment. And then you just get super angry all the time.
Yeah.
And then he gets angry that you're angry and y'all don't know why each other isn't just doing what. And then we end up in the catastrophe you are so scared of is a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, you ready for my little simple, foolproof plan here?
Sure.
Do you know what it's going to be?
Is it going to be the emails? Like emailing, this is what we're doing, or?
You can. That's what I would do. That's what I do. That's what I was going to say I do, but I didn't want to say that. That's what we do in my house. But do you not want to do the email? Are you scared of it?
I just don't think it'll go over well.
It probably won't, because here's why. Your husband hasn't had this conversation yet. So
Right.
y'all aren't at email land yet. What you need to do is sit down with your husband and say, we're going to head this off at the pass. I'm not going to be nervous or I'm not going to want to avoid holidays for the rest of our life. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Halloween, those things are too precious. They're too important to communities and to neighborhoods and to family units. We're not going to avoid that. And so this year already, we're going to put a stake in the ground and say, this is what we're going to do. So y'all have that conversation. Have you had that conversation that this year we're going to go to Thanksgiving this year and Christmas on that year, and we're going to alternate every year, whatever it's going to be? Have y'all had that conversation yet?
Yeah, we kind of have. I've told him what I think would be best. He kind of is just like, I don't want to talk about the holidays.
Yeah, so we need to talk about the holidays.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't want to talk about the holidays, you need to be very clear with him about letting him know this is stressing you out. The lack of clarity on what we're doing. More importantly, I'm your new wife, and whether I want to or not, whether it's wise or not, I don't want your mom to not like me right now. As lame as that sounds, I don't want that. So I want to get some clarity on the holiday season before we enter into it. I want to get clarity on our calendar. I want to get clarity about who's buying what gifts for who and how. Let's just get all that down. And I think being real clear. You say he doesn't want to talk about it, but you also said you're not very clear with him. I think letting him know these are going to be the important big rocks for me. And I want these to be important big rocks for us. And I want to dream about what is Thanksgiving going to look like and Christmas going to look like. And then let's be honest with all of our family members, reverse engineering that. And at some point, yes, you'll probably get to the email world. Or he can just have a clear conversation with his mom. And my hope is he will not be a coward about that, but will tell his mom, hey, Mom, here's what we're doing for the holidays. Not, I hope it's okay, and here's what we were thinking about. Here's what we are doing. Me and my new wife, my little new family. This is what we're going to do. And Mom's going to bang her head up against that boundary, and then you'll have to hold firm. And then Mom will know, oh, cool. If I want to be in my kids' life, because they're adults just like I raised them, then I am going to be a part of their holidays, not the other way around. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And by the way, expect her to have her be sad, because she has a picture of what her married son's life is going to look like, and it's probably going to involve a lot of her, and it's going to be hard for her to realize that's not how that works. And so she'll kick and scream and act like a child. You can't control that. You can just know, she loves her son. She loves me, and she had a picture of how this was going to go, and we made it different. So, ta-da. And you know I've said this a lot. The earlier you can work through life where you love your mother-in-law, you respect her, but she doesn't get a vote in your decisions, the easier and more the better your relationship will be with her, and the lighter you'll walk through life. She doesn't get a vote.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's 10 times easier for me to get along with her than my mother. So
your mom, that's a whole other call. You struggle with your mom too?
That's like you said, a whole other call. It's typical mother-daughter stuff.
So it's hard for parents to let their kids go be married. And especially I've seen this with mother-daughter relationships. She doesn't want you to experience some of the things she experienced as a young wife. And it's your life. And so those boundaries are so, so important. You sound like you knew the answer and you don't want to do it. What are you hesitant about?
Well, maybe part of it is like I need to know if we're just being like if I'm just being a baby because we don't want to go to both sides.
Why would you think that?
Because like
it's your holiday.
We're young. We don't have kids.
It's your holiday. You can do whatever you want. You just got to be honest about it. If you are unclear and kind of wavering, other people will backfill that with their stories. And so if you wait till November 15th to say, oh, we're still kind of deciding what, then your mother-in-law or your mom is going to create Thanksgiving pictures with y'all in them. So if you're not going to go, be clear way up front. Be clear way up front. If you don't want to go, just say, we are newlyweds and we're going to do our own thing this year. It's harder when you have kids because then you think, well, I don't want to keep my grandkids from their grandparents, want them to have a relationship. If you're going to skip out on stuff, now's the time to do it. We're in Fargo, North Dakota. We're going to Florida. That's what we want to do for Christmas. We're just going to go by ourselves to the beach and we will send cards. And we get to do that because it's our life and we're grown-ups. Ta-da! And getting to the place where you're, again, respectful, treat people with dignity, but you're not apologetic for what you want to do. Your life, you and your husband's life, you'll co-create it together. But there is a desperate need for clarity in your home. Desperate need for you to be honest with him about how you feel. Let him be honest with you about how he feels. And then y'all just co-create this thing together. And then whether that's a phone call, clear phone call, or emails to family members, whatever that looks like, man, let that go. And then go have a fun Thanksgiving. Look forward to your holidays. Don't dread them. Don't dread them. Have the hard conversations and go get them. Thank you for the call, Alyssa. You rule. Talk to you soon. I want to know how it all goes. Let us know how Thanksgiving goes. Call me back because that'll be a fun show. James, we're going to do that show. The Holidays Got Off the Rails show. We need to bookmark that one because that'll just be fun. Or we had the boundaries conversation and it was a disaster. That'll be a fun show too. All right, we'll be right back on the Dr. John Delony Show. Oh, what?
Hey, what if we do like a three-way call where we get the couple and the in-laws and the other in-laws on the phone and just hash it all out in the air?
We got people in the lobby, thumbs up in that. Yes, we're going to do a hash out live on the air and I'll be referee and Kelly will just come in and be like, y'all need to just shut your mouth. This will be so fun. I'm in, 100%. I'm in. If you want your family to have this conversation live on the air with me as a referee and Kelly and James as referee spectators and with pom-poms and throwing stuff at people, shoot Kelly an email at johndelony.com/ask. Is that what it is? Yeah, that'd be so good. I can't wait.